Welcome, everyone. Woo! This is our year in review. How is everyone doing? Welcome. Okay, I am so happy that you are here. Thank you, everyone who have subscribed to our channel. And thank you to all of our group members in our Facebook group. So today I'm going to be talking to everyone on our YouTube channel and everyone in our Facebook group. So let's just have fun as we walk through our year in review. All right, so grab yourself some coffee, tea, or your favorite beverage, and I'll be right back. Thank you for tuning in today. Our mission is to equip and empower you to dig in and soar higher, doing the things that you love. So get ready to live life fully. So a little bit about me. My name is Joy Norman, and I'm a motivational speaker, a mentor, author, and your passionate gold miner. And my mission is to empower success-driven women entrepreneurs, business owners, and leaders to embrace who they are, align with their calling, and monetize from their superpower. We all have a superpower to give to the world, and we're all made for a specific direction, and it's up to us to figure out where to go. We just need perspective. And so the process requires plenty of reflection, listening to others, and finding where your passions lie. So let's get started. What lessons did you learn in 2021? So did you complete all of your goals in 2021? So let's take a look back at some of our living episodes and some of our events in 2021. All right, so we started the year with the vision board party entitled Your Rebuilding Year. And I had a really awesome time with the ladies at our vision board party. And also Carol shared a prophetic painting and message with us. So take a minute and check out Carol's painting. For us.
I do have a prophetic message to go with the painting, and because of the theme of this vision board party is your rebuilding year. Okay, so how do we rebuild in uncertain times?
Oh, that's beautiful.
Oh, thank you. How do we rebuild in uncertain times when we see the division in our nation? Some have experienced trauma, lost loved ones, and are coping with sickness, etc. God can give us peace in the middle of our trials. If we keep our focus on God and follow the path He lays out before us, the Holy Spirit will lead us as we keep in His living word and believe and trust that He will protect us and that God has a good plan and destiny for us. He will open the doors we need to walk through. Psalms 18:28, for you will light my lamp, the Lord my God will enlighten my darkness. And then the other one is Psalms 119:105. Your word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path.
Beautiful.
What a blessing. Thank you, Carol.
It is beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That is beautiful. Wow.
It is really beautiful. message, Carol. Thank you so much. Next, we did episode 15, and it was our Sister Talks ladies, and I always enjoy the Sister Talk ladies. And so our subject was, what does it mean to soar? And I just enjoyed talking with them because we have so much laughter. Take a quick look at a clip from episode 15. It's okay to learn technology when you're older. Okay, you just have to be consistent. And I really want people to know that. It really is. You know what? But listen, you have to be consistent. You got to be persistent. And look, the people around you, now they will have to have a lot of patience.
Yes, my kids.
But you know what? You'll be amazed at what you can learn when you are older. So, ladies, embrace technology. Get out there. I'm learning now how to do a webinar. And so, yeah. So I am not letting my fears hold me back. And
That's right.
I am going to soar
That's
above
right.
storm, and I am believing in Matthew 7:7. New doors are being opened for me.
I love it.
Thank you so much, ladies. Next, I had a chance to talk to Dr. Lynn. Dr. Lynn shared some awesome health tips with us. And she talked to us about how to stop stress eating, because a lot of us are starting to work at home and we're sitting on our computers practically all day. Take a look at some of the tips that Dr. Lynn shared with us. We are wearing our little pop of red, but Go Red for women is not just about, wearing the red, but it's about self-care and getting help. Knowing your numbers. That's another one too. Knowing your numbers. Coming together, getting your checkups, knowing your blood pressure, your blood sugar, your cholesterol.
Super important. And the other thing about stressor and stress eating is oftentimes it's a habit, and a habit is a cue, a routine, and a reward. Okay? Cue, routine, reward. You can change the cue. If it's a certain time of the day, plan something else for that time of the day. If it's seeing something in your refrigerator or just seeing the beautiful refrigerator itself, put something else on your refrigerator. There's so many different ways, because there's a saying, right? First, we make our habits, then our habits make us.
Ooh.
And habits are so important. Habits are more important than discipline and willpower, because especially willpower, it's an exhaustible resource. You'll run out of it. They tested some people on their performance on a test, and then on one group, they offered them a cookie, and it was like, okay, well, do you have the willpower to stay away from this cookie? And those people that were just thinking about those cookies, they did worse on the tests. Just exercising that amount of willpower, they didn't perform as well on the test mentally.
Wow.
So willpower is not the way to go. You want to create habits. Habits are so important.
Thank you so much, Dr. Lynn. Some awesome tips. We have to remember the power of habits. Thank you. Next, we did a two-part series. There's glory in your story. And in part one, I had a chance to sit down and talk to new author Wanda Thomas, and she shared with us some of her personal experiences that she put in her book. All right, take a look at my conversation with Wanda Thomas.
I just really want not only the young ladies, but I want the parents to know, children don't come with instructions like bicycles where you can just put them together,
Yeah.
They come, each child is different. You wonder sometimes, wow, this is my child. It's great. I love having this one. And then the other one, you're like, where did he come from? So I want parents to understand that there is individuality and we have to adjust sometimes to
Yeah,
understanding.
I love that. Because I love being a grandparent now because for me, I feel like I'm getting a chance to
Do
try
over.
again
Yeah.
because I know I made a lot of mistakes,
Girl, please let me tell you, I made so many mistakes. I thought I was really being a good parent, because I could only do what I knew to do.
Yeah.
And after my children became adults, man, I'm telling you, I messed up. But messing up is not so bad when you admit, hey, I messed up. And it's not a problem, me apologizing to my children. I say, hey, I messed that one up. How about you take it from here?
Wanda's a lot of fun. Make sure you watch that whole episode. So then I had an opportunity to sit down with professional organizer Katrina Green. Now, Katrina, she shared some awesome tips on how to get organized and how to declutter. In my episode 18, how to stress less and find it fast. So take a look at this.
When you are hiring an organizer, you're not really just looking for solutions for your organizing dilemma. You're really helping, or in my case, like I feel like I'm helping somebody out and holding them accountable so they could become better. Whether it's to get out of clutter, whether it's to be more productive, it's just to make you better. I'm assisting somebody to make them better. And the way that I like, and kind of like what you say, like there's so many solutions, there are various solutions, storage solutions that we could discuss. But at the end of the day, it really is up to one person, which they choose to do.
Yeah.
And what works for them.
Yeah. And it is an ongoing process.
Yes. And I say that too, like in my platforms, that like organizing is not a project, it's a process. It's not something that you can just like quickly, like I am organized now. Like, no, it comes with the fourth D, and it is all about you committing to doing the things that you agreed that you're going to do. Yeah. If that falls, that's fine. You go back to the first D, and then you go again and try to get yourself to the do part, which is the habits and creating those systems and putting them, really being adamant in putting them into place.
Also in April, during our clutter cleanse, I shared a storage solution. So take a look at this video that I posted regarding some storage solutions. I was working in my office and I wanted to get my closet organized. And I finally got my closet organized. So take a minute and check out this storage solution. Well, hello everyone, it's your girl Joy, your passionate gold miner, and welcome to our 30-day clutter cleanse. Oh, you probably was wondering what I was doing in there. Well, I am so happy that I got something done. And so our first week of the clutter cleanse, we're going to be talking about storage solutions. And so I'm in my office, and this is the closet that's in the room, and there used to be closet doors here. I took the doors off, replaced it with these cute little curtains, and also I went to Walmart, bought some baskets. And so I bought these cute little baskets. They come in different sizes. You can see this size, and then they even have the little mini size. These are good for business cards. And then they have the bigger size here. And so I'm able to create a mini store. in my office. Also, it's so nice in here. You can see I have my waterfall going. Can you hear it? Yes. I usually have my jazz playing and I have my waterfall on, and it's just so nice. But okay, back to work. I just want to show you around a little bit in the closet. So I keep my goodie bags that I put together for our events here. I have my books, my planners here. I have my note cards in here. I have more books in here. I have tote bags and t-shirts in here. I have my freebies that I also include in the goodie bags. Also, a portion of this office is my art studio. So I have art supplies in here. And then there's a shelf down below that I have more art supplies and items for vision boards, school supplies. So we just did a campaign for our school supplies, but I have more school supplies coming in, and so it's a really neat way to store things. And then it looks a little stylish too. I was able to find these at Walmart. It says Home Sweet Home. I also keep tote bags and other materials and supplies up here as well. And I also have air freshener in here. It smells so nice in here with the waterfall going. Awesome way to keep your office smelling fresh. Who knew these shelves would fit so awesome in this closet? It was like a perfect match. All right, you guys, well, I'm going to sit down and enjoy some music, continue to listen to my waterfall, and I will check back in with you next week. All right, bye-bye. Then in April, the Sister Talk ladies were back, and we did a spring tea, and our theme was Our Shattered Pieces. God can take our shattered pieces and make us whole again. So check this out. It's time for Note to Self. Note to Self. Okay, what I want to talk about now is change. Change hurts, growth hurts, and you'll get dizzy from spinning around and around, and then the heat will make something beautiful from all of what you're going through. Something beautiful will come out of it because it's worth it. And there's a quote that says, if you don't challenge your fear, you won't find your potential. And so, fear will keep you stuck. But if you step out, you will evolve and you will grow. It's a process. And
Right.
we're still learning, we're still growing, and we're still being molded by the potter.
That's good.
Keep the fear out of your teacup.
Yes, you'll come up with something beautiful. Thank you so much, ladies. I really enjoyed talking to you. So in episode 20, we did part 2 of our 2-part series, There's Glory in Your Story. And I had the opportunity to sit down and chat with personal development guide Robin Robinson Myhan and ebook publisher Yvonne Welling. So take a look at my conversation with both of these ladies.
We were going to school. We didn't have none of this. It was go get a job. That's what you need to do. Get you a job. It didn't matter what it was. Just go get a job. You didn't have to like the job.
You didn't have to like it. You just have to go on a check. That can pay your bills.
You got bills to pay. You need to go. Yes, grow up fast in a hurry. Get out. Go.
You know me. I don't know. It's funny. I've always tried to work where my skills and my strengths shine. You know, I did have a couple jobs early on, and I'll never forget. I tried to do some janitorial work, and I remember a guy going, "This is not for you."
Not for you.
Because
Just
you know what I get in trouble most of the time.
yeah,
Talking,
talking.
running my mouth.
Yes, that's not for you.
Yeah.
Like I've always known that food service is something that I would not be good at. I never ever worked fast food restaurant. No, that's not me.
I could do that job for the social life. That's my problem.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like the social aspect, but I just the stuff you have to deal with that I've seen wait staff have to deal with. I was like, oh, I'd be fired. Yeah, because my mouth would probably come off with something. So that wouldn't work.
We do a lot of we get very creative with our authors, and we get very very close because we get very intimate with their writing.
Good. So you make the process fun.
We do. Sometimes it's not, because the authors, going through the editing process can be frustrating for them, but we always go into a project explaining what the process is, especially if it's a new author or a new writer. And so we try not to get them too frustrated through the process, but we do explain, what you start with today may not be what you end with. But what we can guarantee is it will be a beautiful piece of art when you're done.
Oh yeah, it's nothing like when it's finished and then now you are a author.
I know. That is like the best feeling, is to be able to tell a new author that they're published.
Yes. I remember that day well.
I bet you do.
And then next episode 21, I talked to wardrobe consultant Joy Kent. That's right. You had two Joys in the house, and I had a really good time chatting with Joy Kent. And we talked about how to create your dream closet. Check out this moment with Joy Kent. I think one of the things, like you mentioned, is getting your clothes altered. Because I did know a lady who, she would buy her clothes on purpose. If she liked something and she couldn't find what she wanted, she'd get it in a bigger size, but she'd get it altered.
Yeah, finding a seamstress is one of the best things that you can do. It's like having your hairdresser. They become your best friend. They get to know your body well. They get to, it's just that extra person helping you.
Yeah.
And also, but you can do it yourself. Most alterations are fairly easy to do, and all you have to do is go to YouTube, and they show you how to do it.
Yeah, I go to YouTube for a lot of things, Joy. But I don't know, man. I can see me doing this now. Look, want to be looking like this. Hey, I'll start a new I'll start a new fashion. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'll have to come to you for the alterations.
Yeah, well, not everybody sews, so.
Yeah. I would stay in my lane. Okay, so next on episode 22, the Sister Talks ladies were back, and we had a chat on embracing life's edits. So take a look at a clip from my conversation with the Sister Talk ladies. Sometimes we see that failure can inspire, it can motivate, and it can teach us, and we can thrive from it. For our plug-in group discussion, I want to ask you each, why do some people seem to be better able to cope with change than others?
I think that some personalities that are so laid back and easygoing have an easier time with change. Because if you're real set in your ways, you can't change. But these people that have a good personality in that way can. Oh, and of course, if you're in the Word and if you're in prayer, that makes it easier as well to change, because it's not just you, you're leaning on the Lord. So I think that helps.
Amen.
That's good.
Several years ago, I had noticed that some people, especially some women, were able to be stronger in situations, and they seemed to be tougher and be able to get through it. And some women were not. And I talked to the Lord about that. I said, Lord, how is it that that so and so seems to be going through her situation pretty strong, and so just can't seem to handle it? And he said some women are just stronger than other women. And like you said, Jules, some of them have a strong relationship with the Lord. And that's the thing that grounds them and guides them through the situations that's going on. And so this relationship with the Lord has everything to do with how we are getting through our situations. You got to have your relationship with Jesus. There's just no other way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that both what Connie and Julie said is absolutely true. You have to be strong in your faith.
Yeah.
And I think that is a big contributor to people who are able to handle stress really well. But it goes a little deeper than that too. It's self-awareness, I think. You know, knowing who you are as a person and what you can handle and what you can't handle. Even those situations where they make you feel like you're out of control. Going back to your faith again and calming yourself, saying, now wait a minute, why is this getting to me?
It's important to just understand that change is inevitable.
Yeah.
And so if you just learn to accept that and start to embrace that change is going to happen, then I think you adapt quicker.
Yeah.
And I think it helps with the coping. And of course, for us that are believers, we know that we always have Christ as our rock, to help us overcome and work through anything. But I would say even for a non-believer, you have to start with not being afraid of change. I mean, it's just a part of life. And you embrace that, it's an opportunity to move forward. I think with that too, creates an open mind to grow from the change, which I think is a big deal.
Change is related to fear. And if you let the fear overtake you, you won't change. You should embrace change and feel the fear, but do it anyway. I mean, we're fearful of something that's going to harm us, and that's natural. You have to look at what the change is, and if it's not going to kill you, you're not going to die from it, then feel the fear, but do it anyway.
The only thing I would say is it's okay also if it takes you a little time to embrace the change. It's also, it's okay if it takes a minute for you to embrace it and to start finding the good things in it. It may take a little minute, but that was one thing that I eventually got to, was to see all the good things about it. So that's all.
What, and I've enjoyed all of you ladies for what you've been saying. It's so encouraging. I was just thinking when she said about change being something that is always going to happen. Daily, you have changes that you weren't expecting. I don't know about you, but my days are never the same each day. There's always something different that comes up, a person that comes across your path. But change is inevitable. But here's the thing, it's how we manage to change. And I know that I serve a God who is unchangeable. He doesn't change. So he's got the day. He orders out my steps if I but ask him to do it each and every day. And so what I've learned is kind of do a reset, a refresh, a restore, and a renew. And you know how when you have those problems with your computer, what do they tell us to do? Refresh. Reboot. Refresh your screen. Failure is what we say. Failure is not an option. Failure will come too with the changes, and fear will paralyze us. But we have to do it. I think it was Connie or Kay that said it, that we have to be afraid, and do it anyway.
Thank you, ladies. Always a pleasure to talk to you. And I want to ask you, how are you giving yourself grace and how are you moving forward? So take some time to journal and think about how are you embracing life's edits and not staying stagnant? How are you moving forward? Announcement. We are changing the name of the group.
Okay.
Oh.
Just when you learned it. Just when you thought you knew. We're going to change it from equipped to soar to female entrepreneurs in the making. We'll be providing tips, techniques, tools, resources to help you align with your purpose, your passion, so you can continue to go from dreaming to doing and accept your uniqueness and walk into your calling. Yay! Also, in the month of July, we celebrated our 4th year anniversary here at Equipping You. That's Equipping You turned 4 years old. Can you believe it? Happy birthday to us. Happy birthday to us. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Equipping You. Thank you, everyone, for your support. We can do what we do without you. Then in August, we did episode 23. How are you investing in you? In episode 23, I walked you through my 5 steps of how are you investing in you. And here is a small clip from episode 23. How much are you investing in you? Are you leading on empty? Before I got clarity on my business, I was all over the place. I was just trying everything, but and I didn't stop to even see if it was a good fit. I just did it. But I noticed nothing was sticking. It was like I was just throwing spaghetti at the wall, but nothing was working. And so I was running on empty. And I was leading my business on empty. I was just coasting. And I don't know, Yvonne, if you've ever experienced your car running out of gas.
Oh, I sure have. Yes, ma'am.
And then you try to just coast and you're hoping like there's a hill, in sight. And then, but you know what? Eventually, what happens is your car runs out of gas and then you're just stopped. Mm-hmm. And that's how I felt. I had no energy. I had no motivation. And I was tired. I wasn't motivated. So I asked you, what is draining you? Whew. Yes, that was a really good episode. We got a lot of comments and reviews on that episode. So make sure you take some time out and watch the full episodes and jot down those tips. Because it is so easy to just get so busy running your business. You forget about you. So you got to think about you. You are number 1 on the list. So make sure that you are taking time out and putting that oxygen mask on yourself first. So I hope you are enjoying our year-end wrap-up. All right, are you having a good time so far? I am enjoying this. All right, I'm going to take a little bit sip of my coffee. So in September, we did episode 24. I think this is one of my favorite episodes. I know, they're all my favorite episodes. Episode 24, Dare to Dream Big. So in this episode, I walk you through my 8 steps of how to dare to dream big. So take a look at this clip. Stop playing small. So let's take a moment. Close your eyes, take a moment. So just imagine things that maybe you've never thought about before. And so as you are visualizing, I want you to try to start being more mindful, paying attention right now. How are you feeling right now? You've heard me, we've got through these 5 things. How's your body feeling right now? Are you tense because of what I'm talking about right now? Or do you feel relaxed? You feel excited? You're just riding away? A lot of times, I'll go on webinars. I'll grab my pen. I'm excited, about what they're saying. But how are you feeling so far? Think about what's going through your mind right now of everything that I'm saying. What is happening in your life right now? As your brain is actually starting to respond to these 5 reasons to dream big. So think about it right now. You still should have your eyes closed. Tune into how you're feeling. Take notes of any thoughts, of emotions that are coming up right now. I'm thinking that I've probably hit something that have made you think of some different emotions that are coming up, some happy thoughts. It's all useful information. So you can jot this down. You can stop this video right now and take some time to journal, because becoming mindful, aware of what you really want is key. Does living your life right now, is it making you feel good where you are with your business? Whether you're thinking about doing it, where you've started doing it, where you are doing it, been doing it for a minute, whether you are starting to pick up a little momentum in your business and you're excited, but maybe you need, just a little bit more. Or maybe you're rocking your business and maybe you can encourage others. And maybe you're ready to start coaching and start partnering with us. Just think about what is feeling good right now. That's being in this moment right now, make you feel authentic. You know who you are. And are you taking a moment right now? Either you still have your eyes closed and you're thinking about what I'm saying, or you're starting to write down and jot down some things. Maybe you've paused the video and you just turned the video back on. And now I am asking you, does living this life, does it feel like a big dream? And you are not playing small anymore? Yeah. I really enjoyed that episode too. I don't know. I think all of them are becoming my favorite. In the month of September, I was so blessed to host a masterclass summit entitled How to Monetize Your Superpower, the masterclass series on how to find your purpose and profit from your passion. And it featured 18 top leading influencers. So take a look at a clip from the Masterclass Summit.
And what's happening is you'll never be ready. It's like being a mother. You're never ready for a child, 9 times out of 10. Most mothers aren't ready for a child. You learn along the way. Ooh, that was a mistake. Here's number 2. Okay, I'll correct it on number 2. And hope the number 1's okay. God bless you. I love you. You just have to honor, because there's so much power in energy. That really is what I think I've learned the most. Understanding, I even believe I started to understand God and the universe and abundance in a completely different way when I took off perfection. When I just allowed things to be exactly where they were. And then again, my favorite word, making a decision that I'm going to be my best based on who I am in this present moment. Because the truth be told, all you've got is this moment. You can't do anything about the past. It's over. It's changed. You can't change it. You can't relive it. It's done. Let it go.
So let me give you an example from my hypnotherapy.
Okay.
As a hypnotherapist, I never want to help people lose weight. That word lose, what happens when you lose your keys? What do you want to do?
You want to find them.
Right? You lose weight. Your brain thinks, oh, I got to go find it again. Right. But that's how the brain works. That's not how the person thinks. Okay. So I use the words lose weight until I get them in my office and I have a check in my hand. Okay. Once I monetize it, then I can tell them we're never going to use that word lose weight again.
For example, if you go in a room and there's somebody fuming and angry, you're going to feel that. It's like you hitting a wall, right? Yeah. Well, it's the same thing when we are not aligned with the activities that we're doing in our business. Like our audience can feel that. They know that there's something off. So it's always good to look within and just make sure the things that you're doing actually is true to you. It's about going back to your vision. Is what you're doing aligned with that vision? Sometimes we got to be reminded. We got to remind ourselves of that vision because it's so easy to get sidetracked.
I tell my clients who don't like people, then what about animals? Oh, you don't like animals either? How about trees? There's lots of life on this planet that could use help. I really believe that every single one of us is born with a purpose. Yeah. Every single one of us has a gift. I like to think of the human population as the compound eye of an insect. I'm sorry, I'm a nerd. But that flies, honeybees, they all have these big eyes that have a whole bunch of eyes inside them. And if you think about each one of those little compound eyes, the human being can't really fully express itself as a species without all of us.
I got my dream job, what I thought was my dream job, working for this huge leader in the plant-based field and helping her develop programs. And it was just fabulous. Everything that I wished I could, have a brand for myself, but never really thinking about that for me. Well, I unexpectedly 2 years ago got laid off. She downsized the company. And I was sitting there kind of figuring out, I have this side passion. It really wasn't a business because I didn't have a product. I wasn't making any money. And you know what they say, if you're not making money, it's a hobby, right? And so I kind of had this crossroads of do I turn this into a business or do I go back to consulting and freelancing? And so I kept doing some freelance, but at the same time, turned in this business, created Batch Cooking Club, which was after there was kind of a precedent for that. I had been doing some cooking classes before I took this full-time job, and I had this overwhelming demand for them, and I couldn't do them and have my full-time job. So I kind of pushed it to the side and took this dream job. And so when the dream job went away, I was like, okay, let me go back to that idea that was so popular.
I'm trying to say is if you just pursue your dream and you stick to your dream and you work hard, it will pay off.
Yes, follow your passion.
think about your resources, who you have that's already around you, that's doing what you want to do. And that's where that knowledge, the circle of knowledge come from. Like, who can help you? Don't be afraid to reach out to people, because there is somebody who is willing to share their knowledge with you. And that's why we have platforms such as yours, so we can have all of this knowledge coming in, so we don't have any excuse why we're not doing our purpose.
Oh, come on.
There's no excuse on over here.
Yes, I know. Hashtag kill excuses.
I think the key is really being truly authentic, coming from that place of, this is who I am and this is how I want to serve in the world. So really understanding that, because when you have that, there's just no stopping you.
So I make it my point to make sure every room I walk in that I'm confident and I bring my authentic self. In a world that wants to put people wear a mask every day. And a lot of times we do the code switching. And when we get home, we're like, who am I actually? Because, the world is trying to tell you this is who you should be. And this is who you are when you're authentic. So I think we should definitely define ourselves, define what success looks like to us, and own it. Success doesn't have to be this big grandiose, so I want to be the celebrity or being famous. Sometimes it's just actually having the courage to go into the rooms to speak to people when you normally don't.
And I think the last piece I'd share is, for those people, I often say the best question to ask yourself is not like, who am I and like, what is my purpose, but more like, what feels like the most authentic expression of you right now? And how can you lean fully into that? And when it evolves and changes, how can you also allow for that?
Ooh, that's it right there.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Interview is over.
I know, it's such a relief for people. They're like, oh, I can do that. I can do it right now. Okay, cool.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah. My pleasure.
It's really fun. Yeah, especially if you have a bizarre story. Like, it's such a great way you can pull out things you're like, well, I would want to click on that. Like, I got it now. And also too, is you can just look at your inbox and see what made you click. What are the emails that got you to open, and be like, okay, what was this? Is it because I was getting curious about it? This was something really valuable to me that I wanted to know about. So like, looking at your own habits can really help like unlock something for you to be like, oh, that's what made me click. That will help other people click too.
I think that all too often we are actually holding ourselves back because we are believing an old story. We believe something that has happened to us circumstantially. We believe something that happened to us as a child, and we live in that. And it's not until we are able to uncover what that is and reframe that narrative that we're really, truly able to step in with confidence and show up as ourselves and actually authentically be who we were supposed to be, and not be this other version that we are showing the world that we are.
The next one would be putting everyone else first but yourself. It's so very common, especially as women. We are nurturing, we're taking care of others, we're putting masks on everybody else but ourselves, right? The oxygen mask. Now, in these days, we get to specify. So it's really important to start taking care of you first, and really knowing that no matter how beautiful your vision and mission is, you really get to come first. It's not selfish, it's necessary.
Sometimes it's when, what's been working doesn't. Have you ever had that where like you're doing something and it's really successful, but all of a sudden it seems like the wheels have fallen off the bus and it's just not succeeding, not excelling the way it used to. I think another time to know when it's time to pivot is when what you've been doing becomes so easy, it is boring you to death. When you're just like, it doesn't take the energy, there isn't the excitement, because it just becomes a matter of rote or easy. It's so easy, it's boring.
Yes, this is so important for women. This is the journey of loving ourselves, becoming sovereign in our lives so that we can wear our crowns.
Yes. Yes, I got mine today too. Wait. So can you crown me today?
I would love to. Yes, do it. Okay, I'll put mine on.
Yeah, put yours on. We are having a party today.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
I love that. You know what? It does take confidence.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
I want you to know that I hope with anything with listening to this that you feel more hope than ever, because you are not limited by, again, your talent, your looks, your intellect, your background, your upbringing, your education. You are not limited by that. We were each blessed with this incredible capacity that we are just beginning to understand just how powerful it is. So I want you to know that you are not helpless and you are not hopeless, that you are powerful beyond measure, and that you can start to heal and release and unlearn and rewire and reprogram and create the life and business that you feel deep down inside you're meant for, because that's what you're feeling. That discomfort that is pushing you to do your business is part of trying to tell you that where you are isn't where you can be. So lean into that and know you have a superpower with
it. You are in charge of the energy that expresses out of you. And when you are sending energy out, whether it's what you say or how you think or what you feel, whatever vibrations you are sending out, just remember that you will, because it is a vibrational universe, you will get matched more of the same. So when you start to look at the things in your life that you wish were better or different, ask yourself, what do I have to say that's different about that? Maybe it's money, right? What do I have to say differently about money? Or what do I have to think differently about it or feel differently? Or how do I have to act? Maybe I have to just stop spending as much, or maybe I have to be more mindful, or maybe I want to create a job that makes more money, right? It's like you can look at those situations in your life and say, what do I want better and how do I want it better? And then don't stay on that vibration. Get into the vibration of what it feels like to already have it, not be in lack of it.
This was a game-changing event. It was power-packed. Thank you so much, ladies, for participating in this masterclass. If you would like to grab the replays from this masterclass, I will leave a link here so that you can get your all-access pass. All right, so next we did episode 25. Are you leaning into your superpower? And I was really excited that Yvonne Whaling sat down and took some time and she interviewed me. And so I want to thank you so much, sis, for interviewing me. So take a look at a clip from episode 25. Are you leaning into your superpower?
What made you want to serve women entrepreneurs?
So I've always had a heart for helping women. And you know, women, we're very strong, we're very resourceful. And I grew up watching my mother work with women. And she was a hairstylist and she was also a musician. And you know, I just loved how she interacted with women and just people in general. And there was always laughter and enjoyment when she was in the room. I admired how she made women look beautiful, you know, when she did their hair. And I also loved how she, as a musician, she could bring out the best in you through a song. So, I just really admired her, and I always wanted to give back and make others feel good. And so I think as women, we are sometimes overlooked, and we sometimes have a hard time getting out of our comfort zone, and because we doubt ourselves and our potential, I just been very blessed to have awesome women leaders in my life that believed in me and pushed me. So I don't get to sit down on my gifts and my talents. I want to pay it forward and help women fulfill their God-given purpose and destiny.
That's awesome. And I can see that you take after your mom quite a bit, because you bring a lot of joy to the women that you work with.
Oh, thank you. Each of us have our own gifts and talents. We want to make sure we're not hiding our gifts. So our superpower is what make us compelling to others. We each have our own special gifts and talents that God has given us. Are you leaning into your superpower? And then just recently we did episode 26, how to get out of the planning phase. We got a lot of reviews and comments on this episode, and this was another one of my favorites. Are you always preparing, but you're never starting? At some point we have to stop planning and we have to start doing. We may have to do a part 2 on this topic, how to get out of the planning phase. When you are in the planning phase and then you reach a point where you're no longer productive. You're going back, you're constantly fixing things, and you may be what I call an over planner. When you find yourself never taking action. Have you ever been there? I know I have, and I think we all have been there. Most of us, right? And so a sign that you may be an over planner is when you just plan all the time, but you have little to show for it. And I know it happens. Now, you could also be suffering from shiny object syndrome. And some of the symptoms of shiny object syndrome are you are constantly thinking of exciting new ideas, and then suddenly a new idea catches your eye. Then you learn about it, and then you begin implementing it for your own business, right? But while you're in the process of starting that idea, you get inspired with another idea for a new product that you could add to your existing idea. So then you start getting the wheels in motion to get that launched. Right when you're in the thick of that process, you hear about a new technology that you are convinced that if you have this new technology, it could help streamline the way you do your work, right? So then you go and you sign up for that. Then you hear about something else. You see where I'm going with this? Whew. I'm exhausted just saying it. So I know we have all suffered from this. But you want to be careful because this can sabotage your plan and your project because you are constantly distracted from the core mission of your business. Then you have a ton of what? Unfinished projects, right? And so you have to stay focused because you're constantly changing the way you're doing things. All right. Thank you for joining us on our year-end wrap up. I hope you enjoyed it. And I am looking forward to bringing you more episodes in the new year. And I pray you all have an awesome and prosperous new year. And I'm excited to kick off episode 28 coming in January. And I do have a special guest. So check back here so that you can find out our topic and who our special guest will be for our next episode. Also, if you would like to be a special guest on our living episodes, let me know. You can reach out to me at my website, equip2soar.com. Go to the Work With Me page and leave your name and your email and your topic information. We'll be happy to discuss with you coming on one of our episodes. Also, if you would like to advertise with us, please go to my website, equip2soar.com. Let me know. Go to the Work With Me page, leave me a message, and we will love to chat with you on how you can advertise on our upcoming episodes. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. I just want to thank all of our subscribers. You all rock. Thank you all for subscribing to our channel. Can you help us out and send the link to your friends this year? We have some exciting episodes coming up. So send the link out and ask your friends and family members and colleagues to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, we would love to have you in our Female Entrepreneurs in the Making Facebook group. So go to Facebook, and we would love for you to join our Facebook group. I'll also leave a link here in this video. All right. Thank you so much for your support, and I am excited about the new year. This is it. This concludes. I can't believe this is the last full episode in this year. But stay tuned. We got more exciting things coming up. All right. Have a blessed day and a blessed rest of the week. We will see you back here on our next episode of Living. Bye-bye. If you've hit a wall and you need some strategies on how to engage your clients who are already craving your services, or if you want to discover insider tools for getting massive visibility, please join me for my Power Up Masterclass webinar. And you can also register for this masterclass by going to my website, equip2soar.com. Click on the programs page, and it will take you right to the link where you can register for this awesome masterclass. This masterclass will include a workbook, and you'll also get a planner. You'll also get access into our private Power Up community where you will receive live monthly Zoom coaching classes and work meetings and masterminds. You will receive access into our private Facebook community where you will be able to interact with other like-minded women. You will receive accountability and support for 12 months starting January 2022. Take a few moments and listen to this testimonial.
Hello, ladies. My name is Kim McDowell, and I just could not wait to tell you how great the Power Up workshop was. Amazing. This workshop is all about turning your dreams into reality. That's exactly what happened for me. I went through the workshop not clear about what my purpose was, but by the time it was over, I knew what my purpose was. And then what was even more amazing is that I was able to figure out what are the goals that I need to have to actually fulfill the purpose. I didn't have that down, but by the time the workshops were over, that became clear to me. I left with so much more confidence and expectation to be able to truly see my dreams become a reality. So if you are like me, not clear about what your purpose is and how to even get there, this workshop is for you. So I hope you will not waste another minute. The next time Joy offers this, you've got to sign up. So I just want to thank Joy for all the tools, all the resources, all the time, all the dedication. It made all the difference for me. So I want to say thank you. And ladies, make sure you power up. See you next time.